Playoffs? If Randy was here, Randy did it better than Jim Mora. Quite honestly, Randy does it better than Jim
He did a lot of things better than Jim Mora. Okay, the 2024 playoffs start today. We talked about the 2 games. Let's go to the 3 games tomorrow. The AFC wildcard matchups will wrap up after the early game. Broncos-Bills. Then the NFC gets started. Packers-Eagles, followed by Commanders-Buccaneers tomorrow night. So let's get to the things to watch in those games. Teddy, Broncos-Bills.
All right, Josh Allen as a runner, especially scrambles, because Denver likes to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. They pressure. Once they get there, can they bring him down to the ground? They led the league in sacks. Zach Allen's a great player. You got Benito. You got Cooper. But Josh Allen is different. You got to get to him and bring him down.
All right, let's go. Commanders down at the Bucs, and this guy, Jalen Daniels, one of the best, maybe the best rookie season we've ever seen, going to start in his first playoff game. He's going to have to use his legs in this one, and we know he's so lethal. But you know who else is? This guy, Baker Mayfield. Sneaking.
Get him, Baker.
He's got some wiggle in the backfield there, Greeny. This guy's so hard to bring down. He showed it in their first game, and he's going to have to do it again if his Bucs are going to have a chance in this one.
Well, we all know that Hurts is coming off a concussion protocol. And what do I have to do if I'm defending him? Make him get out of that pocket. Get him on the move. And, guys, even when he's healthy, he is one of the worst quarterbacks outside of the pocket. So that's what I need to do. If I'm the Packers, pressure that pocket, make Hurts get out of that pocket, and you'll be successful.
Well, look, you got the 2 star quarterbacks in that game, and both of them come in with these injury concerns. Jalen Hurts just cleared concussion protocol. He hasn't played basically in 3 weeks. Jordan Love hurt his elbow last week. He's had some lingering issues with the feeling in his fingers. That said, both quarterbacks say they're ready to roll.
When we played them week 1, we knew what kind of team they were. We have to be confident. You can't go in the playoffs with lacking that confidence because you'll get beat. I really think it's just blocking out all the outside noise, knowing who we have in this locker room. It's playoffs, you know, it's 0-0. So who cares about the record? It's one of those games that everybody's got to be at their best.
We just want to build off of where we left. Obviously, we've gone through 3 weeks of coach coming up here and saying he's still in protocol. Now he's saying that he's not in protocol anymore. So I don't think there's anything else to talk about with that. We move forward to the Green Bay Packers.
But I respectfully disagree. There's plenty to talk about with that. Alex, which of these situations do you think is of greater concern?
Oh, I think the Jalen Hurts one is much bigger. Listen, Jordan Love was warming up at the end of that game. I think he could have gone back in and played. The Jalen Hurts, listen, a concussion, this entire run game is literally around the QB, right? He makes a decision on almost every run. He's reading a defender. He accounts. And listen, if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I mean, I'm making him pull it as often as possible. I'm having the ends crash. I'm putting the ball in his hands. I'm giving him the Rex Ryan treatment. You know, I'm trying to the tush push. I'm hitting this guy as often as possible. That's the reality of football and this game. And listen, again, this offense revolves around him, right? This run game revolves around him. I know Saquon obviously going over 2,000 yards, but listen, this is all a QB-driven run game. And if he can't do that, this is a completely different team.
And it's the way you've set it up, right? I mean, you take the week off, all right? You don't want to go for the rushing record. You want everyone to be fresh. Supposedly, Jalen Hurts is fresh. The run game, how do they call it? I mean, I'm excited to see the first 3rd and 1, the first 4th and 1. Is it a tush push? Because guaranteed it should be, all right? And then once I see them do that and Jalen get up, okay, he's good. Here they go. Everything's going here. So he is so important to everything they do, run and pass, that watching him, rust is real now, okay? Rust is real. You can't just, like you heard Jalen say, hopefully we picked up where we left off. That doesn't happen every time. Sometimes it takes 1 quarter, a quarter and a half to get your groove going again. Hopefully they can start fast.
Well, they've started slow a lot of this season, Philadelphia.
Most of this season.
They've been a little better about it lately. But let's talk about this from a coaching standpoint. You're the Eagles. Your goal is not to win 1 game. Your goal is to win 4 games and win a championship. We all know that players with concussions are a little more susceptible to suffering than others. So does it change the way you think they call the game offensively today to set him up to get hit less frequently for that reason?
No, I don't think so, Greeny. I think this is playoff time. And look, this is why I said rest your players. Because you're right. This is a team that is built to go the distance. I mean, this is probably the most talented team in the NFC at least, and maybe the entire league. But the quarterback has now had three weeks, all right? Could he have played? Could he have whatever? I don't know. But to me, the only way they're going to win is that quarterback run game, because they're not good enough to just sit back and beat you and with Jalen Hurts from the pocket and things like that. They're not. And so all their routes are basically slant or go route. That's what I got to stop on the Packers. And the other thing right now, I've got to step up on that line and blow that dang quarterback run game up. And if I can do that, I'll be successful, even though this team is incredibly talented. Look, the thing that I'm concerned with, how about the receivers?
The Eagles receivers.
The Eagles receivers with A.J. Brown, all right, limited practice-wise, same thing with Devontae.
Yep.
And to me, that's a huge concern because the Packers, if they're worth their anything on defense, they're going to stop the run. They better stop the run. And if they do, and you're not healthy on the outside, it could be a problem for Philly.
And on the other side of the ball, I want to see this Green Bay offense spread the Eagles out. Listen, you do not want to run it up the middle against this team, right? These 2 D tackles are unbelievable. The 2 middle linebackers are awesome, right? Spread them out. Use a bit of the Commanders formula. Listen, I know this secondary is much improved. There's still 2 rookies back there, right? And these 2 safeties, good football players, but they're not necessarily cover guys, right? I think you take your matchups on the outside. Romeo Doubs needs to have a big day. Reed needs to have a big day. Put the ball in Jordan Love's hands.
Why I love this game, it's a linebacker running back game. Really, I think. And you say spread them out?
Yes.
You say spread them out, but Josh Jacobs leads the league by far in first quarter carries. They are going to try to work Josh Jacobs and him against Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean, who both have had great seasons. And then on the other side with Saquon, all right? And then you got the pack. Edgerrin Cooper is a great young linebacker who I've loved watching this year. This is about stopping the run for me, all right, quarterback? And I understand you want to spread it out, but still, early on especially, this is going to be about the run.
This is when you fake it to him, Teddy, and then you throw it on the outside with your one-on-one.
These guys are,
the Eagles defense is so good up the middle.
Yeah.
These guys are all pros.
They are, but I tell you what, Josh Jacobs is one of the best in the National Football League at running that inside run. I'm not giving up on it. I'm sitting back saying, you got to prove it to me. Can you stop our run in that 7-man spacing, keeping those safeties in deep patrol like that? It's man on man. Can we not win those battles if you're Green Bay?
We've talked a lot about injuries to players who are going to play. There is one who is not. The absence of Christian Watson is a major loss, or let me put that in the form of a question. How significant is that loss in your mind for the Green Bay Packers?
Oh, it's a huge loss for them. Listen, this is a guy that anytime he steps on the field and wherever he's at, you have to know as a secondary. I mean, he is the deep presence for this passing game, right? And so often he takes the top off. He opens up space for other receivers. With him not there, right, you can squat on a lot of these guys. They're good receivers, but listen, they're not sending it downfield like Christian Watson was.
I think Jaden Reed's got to go crazy in this game. And he did. The first game of the year, Jaden Reed was absolutely, phenomenal in that game. And not just in the passing game, but using him, knowing they're going to be in 7-man spacing with late support from the safeties and things. Get him on the perimeter in the run game. The Jacobs running the ball through the middle, Jaden Reed on the outside, I think could be a problem for Philly.
I looked over my notes from last year's playoff runs from these teams, and what I wrote down was a lot of rookies in prominent roles playing, tentative. All right, there are 2 rookies on the Philadelphia Eagles defense, and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Watching them play playoff football against this Packer offense, that's something. Because I don't care how many big games you think you've been in. A lot is going on in these NFL playoffs, and it means a lot to a lot of grown men, and sometimes rookies feel the pressure. I'll be watching a lot of rookies.
If you were looking at your notes from last year, which I love, by the way, you would notice that last year the Green Bay Packers became the only team ever to win a playoff game as a 7 seed, as they will be tomorrow. We all remember that game. They went into Dallas and went crazy, and Jordan Love had a QBR of 99. So we'll see if they're able to do anything like that against another NFC East opponent. Now, something brand new. Aaron Dolan is up with us, our betting expert extraordinaire. We're going to do something called Postseason Plays. It's brought to you by ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Aaron and then Rex and I are going to look at some of the popular prop bets today. Aaron, what are we looking at?
Well, here's some that we have available for today. Now, again, these are just some that you could add into whether you want to bet it straight or in a parlay. But I'm going to be looking at Nico Collins' anytime touchdown score. He leads the team in targets, in receptions, in receiving yards, as well as touchdowns.
Lays it up. Heating up. For two. Lays it up. He's on fire. Scores. For two. Yes. Yes. Lays it up. Yes. Scores. Lays it up. Yes. For two. Yes. At the buzzer. Kaboom! Yes! Yes! Kaboom! Yes! Yes! No good! Heating up! 2 points! Yes! Kaboom! Slams it. Heating up. He's on fire. Stolen. Yeah. Heating up. At the buzzer. Magic win the game.